بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرقية وأحكامها. The rules and etiquettes of Ruqyah by Shaykh Saleh bin Abdulaziz Al Sheikh, with the closing remarks by Shaykh Abdulaziz bin Abdullah bin Baz, died 1419 Hijriya. In the wording found in the narration of Imam Muslim, it states, لا يرقون ولا يستتركون ولا يطيرون وعلى ربهم يتوكلون. They do not perform ruqyah, nor do they seek ruqyah. They follow omens and rely upon their Lord. So the part do they characterize has been omitted, while they do not perform ruqyah has been added. Some scholars, such as Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, have ruled that this phrase, "do not perform ruqyah," is irregular, shadh, and contradictory, and hence unauthentic, whereas other scholars such as Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar and others have authenticated it. So negating ruqyah here, they do not perform ruqyah nor do they seek ruqyah, will mean that anyone who performs ruqyah will not fall into the 70,000 people that will enter paradise without reckoning or punishment. There is speculation about this hadith from the perspective of its meaning as opposed to its chain of narration, since the one who performs ruqyah is doing a good deed as stated by Shaykh Ibn Taymiyyah, and doing good is something that has been commanded in the religious text. The intent behind the hadith is that the one who constantly practices seeking ruqyah from others without ever doing ruqyah on himself and attaches himself to the one performing it, this person has weak reliance on Allah. If this is his nature, that is why it is best if a man's heart is not attached to the one performing the ruqyah or the ruqyah itself. These are some of the issues related to the legislated form of ruqyah, since as we mentioned to you previously, there are two types of ruqyah, one that is registered and one that is forbidden. They are valid forms of incantations, and they are polytheistic or innovated forms. We have just discussed the first type of ruqyah, which is the legislated ruqyah. Another point related to the legislated ruqyah is that the objective behind it should be to have the Quran reach the one being treated, whether that is by way of blowing air mixed with light spittle, or supplicating for him while asking Allah's aid and seeking a way to him through his names and attributes by which he will respond to the supplication. Ruqyah can either be done by blowing air mixed with light spittle, by spitting, or by something less than these two. The scholars have differed into two views on the issue of whether ruqyah is permissible by blowing air without spitting. However, the strongest opinion is that all of these forms are permissible. So if the ruqyah is done with the nafaq, which is when one blows out only air from his mouth without any saliva, then it is permissible. And if it is done with nafat, which is when one blows out air with mixed with light spittle, then this is what is suggested, as this is what the Prophet used to do. He would say the Quran saying the incantation ruqyah, then blow air with mixed with light spittle on his hand, into his hand, or blow spittle directly into the sick person. Ruqyah can also be done with something greater than nafat, which is full. Nafat is when someone emits a little bit of saliva along with air, whereas tuful is spitting. So this means that one should recite Surat Fatiha, and upon completing it, he should blow out mixed with some saliva. This is known as nafat, or he can spit, which is when one blows out more saliva than enough. This is known as tufi. This nafat or full or tufi can either be applied directly into the body, or they can be applied through the intermediary of water into the body, or they can be applied through the intermediary of water, oil, or something else. All of this omitted. Or the ruqyah can be written onto something, that is some verse that treat the sickness can be written, and so on. There have been several reports related on the companions about this, such as one where Ibn Abbas will order the following verse be written in a vessel for a woman experiencing difficulty during her pregnancy, or whose delivery was delayed. كأنهم يوم يرونها ما يوعدون لا يلبثوا إلا ساعة من النهار. On the day when they will see that the torment which they were promise it will be as if they had not stayed more than an hour in a single day. كأنهم يوم يرون لم يلبثوا, as well as the other verses. The other verse, كأنهم يوم يرونها لم يلبثوا إلا عشان ضحاها. The day they see it will be as if they had not tarried in this world except an afternoon or a morning. Surah An-Naziyat 46. Afterwards, the woman that was experiencing delayed delivery or difficulty during her pregnancy will drink from this vessel and pour the rest of the water in it over her chest and some of her stomach. It's also reported on some of the companions that they will write the following verses over people that were possessed. It's also reported on some of the companions that they will write the following verse over people that were possessed. فأصابها إيسار فيه نار فاحترقت. Then it is struck with a fiery whirlwind, so that it is burned. Surah Al-Baqarah 266. Saleh, the son of Imam Ahmad, may Allah have mercy on him, said, I fell in one day, so my father recited for me in water and then blew air with light saliva in it. He then instructed me to drink from it and wash my head with the rest of it. Abdullah, the son of Imam Ahmad, also reported something similar on the possibility of this. The point behind all of this that the conveyance of water is actually the conveyance of the recitation. Ruqyah is conveyed by blowing, breathing, or emitting saliva into water, which the sick person then drinks or pours over himself. There is no harm in this due to the fact that the Salaf did it and he was not condemned, and also because he has a basis in the Sunnah. However, the more direct the Ruqyah is, the better and stronger its effect will be. This is why our grandfather, Shaykh Muhammad bin Ibrahim, may Allah have mercy on him, said, the lesser the time span is, the more effective the cure will be. This means that if one were to recite upon water, it will be more direct. If he were to blow oil with saliva or to spit, the more direct the Ruqyah is, the more efficient its potency. So the less intermediaries there are, the stronger its effect will be as well. When a person performs Ruqyah on himself, there exists no intermediaries other than himself. Other intermediary, however, in the case where a person recites Ruqyah upon someone else, there is now a second intermediary. And if he blows air mixed with saliva into the water and the patient drinks and washes himself with it, he is considered a third intermediary. Or if he writes the Ruqyah in a bowl and washes it with saffron and so on, then drinks from it, this is also considered a third intermediary. Each time there is intermediary present, the effect becomes weaker. This is why the most superior form of it is that which has been authentically reported in the Sunnah, which is a person reciting the Quran directly upon himself or someone is reciting upon him. These are the most effective. Then they are followed by reciting in water and then by writing the Ruqyah on paper and dissolving it in water. This is permissible. However, it's not something that the Salaf will do.